Oh, 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 no, oh, no, 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 no. I'm going to ask you now. There's my sister. I want to ask you right now, can you hear me okay? Can I just hear you? I just need to know if you can hear me okay, because I'm trying a new thing today. I'm trying pretty much one of the best, there you go, sounding better than ever. You know why? Because I've actually put the work in and got a friend of mine to really, really, wait till you hear it today. Wait till you hear how this now is going to sound. I've gone totally pro, not semi-pro anymore. I've gone Judith Owen, total pro. Hey, everyone. Thank you. I've got the big sleeves on. Look at them. Batten down the hatches. I've got the big sleeves on. I could literally fly away here. How are you all doing, my lovely friends, my beautiful friends? Hey, let me check in with you all. Darling Susan, as you know, Owen and Owen Productions. My sister has come up with ideas for today. She's found information. She's come up with ideas for songs. And we are continuing with the Owen and Owen production that we are about to have today for you. So let me see who we got. Alexandra, hello darling. Laura. Gabriele, Nicotra. Che cosa? Let me get my light up a little bit here. It's very dark and dull right here. Kate, pro. I'm totally pro, baby, the whole time. I even brushed my hair today. I know, I've gone nuts. Let me see. Maggie, Vincent, Mark. Darling, the things I can keep in these sleeves. I could literally, it's like you wouldn't know what I could keep in these sleeves, but it's a lot, look. Anyway, I could keep another, yes. Oh, use the mic, sorry. I'm using the mic, here it goes. Now that's the thing that I keep forgetting, thank you, Steve. So what I'm going to do in future, how's that? I'm going to get the lavalier, so when I talk to you, which I don't have a problem doing as you can tell, that's better, isn't it? So when I talk to you, I'll have a lav on, as we call it. In the pro biz. I'll have the lav on and then I'll switch in between. But I have found the way to make this sound so beautiful. Are you all hearing me now? Can I hear a oh yes for fuck's sake from you all, please? Can I? Yes, I hear you. Oh yes, I can hear it. I can't. But I'm just fucking, thinking like I do everything else in this world. There you go. Steve Lee says it's lovely. We've got it down. We've got it down. This is going to be great. I have got bloody mixing desks all around me. I've got everything. Is it 4 o'clock yet, my time? Oh, no, rather, is it 2 o'clock my time? Sorry. Is it 2 o'clock? Is it 4 o'clock? Is it 10 o'clock? What is it? Is it 5 o'clock? What the fuck is it? Are we ready? No, a few more people to come on. Let me say more hellos. Doug Nixon, mate. I got the big Zimmerman on, yes. It's one from a couple of seasons back that I got this one. Second hand, mate, on a kind of, what is it called? One of those consignment stores. I saw it and thought, bonkers sleeves. It's mine. Here we go. For fuck's sake. Yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Who else have we got here? Mick. Oh, yes. For fuck's sake, people, we are ready. Do you know what? I can't even begin to tell you. I was telling my sister this, how much I need this today. I've been a little down. I've been a little... Funny that I've been a little... Because there's not really much going on, is there, in the world to bring us down. No, I tell you what it is. I suddenly realized on Thursday, 3 weeks after Doris had passed, it hit me. It hit me. You know, what is it about the way that we manage to go into that state of denial and it not sink in what's gone on? And on Thursday, I suddenly thought, she's gone. The penny dropped. And I couldn't pretend any longer. And isn't it, you all understand that thing of like going into that state of denial of being able to, hey Sean, hey cuz, being able to just kind of think, it didn't happen. Well, it did. And suddenly the penny dropped. And isn't that extraordinary? And in the meantime, what have I been doing this whole bloody last few weeks? I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been struggling so much without my dog. I've been looking at what I describe as puppy porn. You know what I'm talking about. None of that filth. I'm talking dog breeders, shelters, places where dogs are, everywhere that dogs are, so that I can look at the faces of beautiful dogs and puppies and creatures that make me feel better. And I can look at them and I can see that beauty in their faces. I call it puppy porn. Anybody that's been without a dog and loves dogs, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm looking at the Labrador breeders, and I'm looking at the litters from 5 years ago of the puppies, because they look like Doris and they make me think about Doris and they make me feel all mummy and loving and nurturing and like, so one day somebody's going to need me and want this pathetic, emotionally broken human being again, you see. And I'm at that point, listeners, where I'm this close, and I hope Pam Halstead is watching. Pam, I'm this close to saying to Pam, put the fucking Labrador suit on, I don't care where you get it from, and look really excitable when I walk through the door. I'm desperate, people. I am that desperate, but, you know, I wouldn't do that to Pam. No, I mean, that's taking the job too far. Is it? But, you know, I'm looking at those sweet, scrumptious, gorgeous faces and the shelters and everything else, and I'm seeing every dog that walks past me in the street. I'm like, I'm a lost cause, but we all understand this one. I'm so missing her. Oh, my God. You know, and it's the joy, isn't it? I'm missing the joy so much. And nothing brings the blood pressure down. I had really taken it for granted. No wonder all the shelters and all these breeders, no wonder they don't have any puppies, because right now, everybody needs a dog, a pet, something to stroke, someone to love, somebody to focus on and concentrate. I just hope it's for life and not for Christmas, as they say. So at midnight, I find myself trawling through, midnight and onwards, puppy porn. Baby faces, beautiful creatures of all ages, little, young, middling, I don't care. I love them all. And actually the older ones make me saddest of all those old dogs that have been given up. What the for fuck's sake, again. But this is where it gets weird. So I'm looking up puppy love. I'm looking up puppy sites. Do you know where I'm going? I want to thank my sister for this. Years ago, when I was in the studio in New Orleans, I used to, with John Fishback, and I have been recently again, but I used to, when we were mixing, in order for us not to all die of sheer boredom and for me to lose my mind having to listen to myself one more fucking minute, I used to look up all the greatest weird kinks, sexual, pathologies, all the shit that just made me absolutely convinced that I am the most boring person to walk the planet. And it would just cheer me up, and it would make me think, God, there's someone for everyone, and isn't this incredible, and aren't we strange and exceptional, and isn't it, what the fuck, for fuck's sake. Now, I'm looking through the puppy love sites, and you know what I came across. Do you? Yes. People in Britain do, because in Britain, on Channel 4 a few years ago, right after Dogging Tales, one of my favorites. Remember Dogging Tales? The golden age of dogging. I don't know what they call it in America, but in Britain, there is a thing where you go, where lorry drivers go to shady areas and country areas, and they go and they shag some unseeing, unknowing, whatever. And this whole documentary called Dogging Tales, people were wearing animal masks to keep their anonymity. It just made it so fucking great. If you haven't seen it, watch. Can I have a for fuck's sake? Yes, Judith. Dogging Tales. But no, this isn't this. Puppy love brought up something that I'd put to the back of my mind and forgotten about. It's about people who want to be puppies. You can't blame them. Now, this is it is an incredible pathology, I have to say, and it's a lot of it is about sexuality and relinquishing power, and there being the domineering partner, and then there's the little, the dog that is basically, what's the word I'm looking? I can't make a sentence up to it. Submissive. Thank you. So the alpha, the beta, all that kind of stuff. That all makes sense. I get it. I get the sexual pathology, but it's deeper than that. And it really has to do with puppies. So at midnight, and I spoke to my sister about this, and we've been looking up, and she found all this information about these sites for, with, and around me. There is this giving up of humanity, as in of human constructs, of the inflexibility of the things that stress you, of all the anxieties, and relinquishing it all to become a puppy. Can I hear it for fuck's sake, please? Albeit giant latex-covered pups, some butt plugs optional. That depends on how erotic you want to get. I'm just going to read you some information about this, because sometimes the tail is attached to that. But I would like to introduce you, if you don't already know it, everyone in Britain does, but Americans anyway. If you're as prudish as me, or rather, as boring as me, I would like to tell you about the fascinating world of human pups. For fuck's sake. Now, I'm going to go over here to some of the things that I've got written up here. I don't know if you can see this, but here's some pups. Can you see them? There you go, Spot, Dalmatian. There was this Channel 4 show, and it was called The Secret Life of Human Pups, an eye-opener for many people. And it really says that, let me see, it's the writer, about the person that wrote this was saying, that they went to Olympia for the Sexpo. And before they knew it, they were sitting on the floor surrounded by men dressed as dogs, bouncing and begging for treats. There's a pup. Little frightening. So here's the thing. This is what to the outside observer, the pup looks almost kink influenced. But a lot of pups we know got into pup play, to help overcome anxiety and social discomfort. They just want to play with their ball and cause mischief like a real pup. If they enjoy the sexual element, there's nothing wrong with that. We all have preferences, and as long as nobody's being hurt. I agree with that, by the way. I fucking agree with that. If everybody's consenting and nobody's getting hurt, fair enough. This is making me sick. Each pup has their own personality, from bouncy and playful to shy and quiet. Some even aggressive puppies. Oh no. And each individual pup uses puppy play for their own reason. And that should be respected by other members. I believe that. Believe me. So there's pup clubs where you welcome guys from up and down is it mostly men? Up and down the country, some fly in. We have a dedicated pup playroom full of toys and cushions, and we even include bubbles, which can really confuse some of the poor puppies. So Spot, there he is in his cage. Spot said, eventually I bought a cage big enough for me to sleep in. I went out as a pup for the first time, this is a latex costume, by the way. He's completely latex. In public, I finally realized it was an actual kink. Eventually, my fiancé and I parted company, no shit Sherlock, and I put in a Lonely Hearts type ad. I was adopted by a new owner who encouraged me to the point that I was eating some dinner as the same dinner as their bio dog, a real dog, chicken and rice. I love being a puppy. Now here it comes. Here's what this is really about. I love being a puppy. I can't even read. My love of being a puppy is that everybody I sounded like Rosemary. My love of being a puppy. I fucking love yous. My love of being a puppy is that everyone loves a puppy. Just look at how people react to a biological puppy. Their hearts melt. I love the affection that you get from people. You can just focus on the simple life of squeaky toys and tummy rubs. My screen has gone completely silent. Are you in yeah. You can switch off from the outside world, clear your mind and have fun. Being put to bed in a puppy cage is a safe home. It's not used as punishment. It's where puppy feels safe. Listen, it's out there, but I can see why somebody would look at a puppy. Can I? Yes. And say, God, that's just the sweetness, the kindness, the love. It's so beautiful. At the same time, I don't want to be a puppy. I want to be around a puppy or a dog because of the love that they bring. But I can, it's like those adult babies. Don't pretend you don't know that one. Big businessmen and, incredibly successful, always men, who dress up as big babies in giant prams being taken around by some woman who's pretending to be matron, a nurse, and they're in diapers with, gaga, and they're basically the same thing. They're just relinquishing power because they want to give that up, because actually they're stressed the fuck out. Why did I think of sharing this with you today? Because I thought it'd be really good and distracting from what's going on. I thought compared to the Black Death, this actually might be a bit of an upper. Although I thought it was quite fun last week, I have to say, or a few days ago. So, Spot says, I often get approached by these newborn pups for guidance and advice. We're not out to cause any trouble. We just want love and attention the same way a bio pup, a real pup, needs love and fusses. We all have our own reasons why we want to be a pup, but ultimately it's the love you get from everyone around you. Now, you know what that does to me. I can't help myself. But I can feel sorry for a Karen, you understand, because they're mentally ill. So to me, I see there's such a, it's a magic feeling and you never get tired of it. I feel such empathy and oh God, somebody that wants love and kindness and sweetness, that breaks my heart. Anyway, this leads me on to something that doesn't break my heart, and that is a human puppy trainer who specializes in transforming people into dogs. Rafael from São Paulo, Brazil. He started off as a puppy and then he became the trainer, and he's trained like hundreds and hundreds of pups, and he's even birthed them. The good news is he doesn't want his vanilla life again, and he proudly he has won the first Mr. Puppy Brazil. It's very exciting. Listen, this is a huge deal, and I'm not here to attack anybody for their sexual proclivities, because I think if it doesn't hurt anybody and you're all having fun, fucking great. That's all I can say. But this is really interesting. This is amazing. I've got a list of protocols here. How to be a well-behaved pup, human pup. Do you mind? I don't care if you don't. As an owner, you will be responsible as a trainer. You will not cause harm, and you will take care. You will have care for safety and well-being of your pups. Avoid people who don't have your well-being or safety at heart. Fair enough. Common human pup protocols for when in public. Don't be disruptive. Try to be friendly, engaged, and interested. People go to bars or nightclubs for a variety of reasons. Not all people are interested in pup play. Generally, it's not okay to be rude, humping legs, bumping into people, or barking and growling at people who are not into pup play. This can be very confronting and rude, especially if you are outside of the setting of a pup mosh. We recommend, before initiating pup play at a bar or club, ask for permission, to see if they are pup friendly. Go slowly. Don't be in people's faces. You don't need that annoying, yappy pup. Protocols at a pup mosh. What's a pup fucking... At a pup mosh, feel free to talk with organizers if you have any concerns or worries. They will know the best rules and the other pups. And finally, the mosh pit is not the place to have a conversation. It breaks people from pup space. However, if you have been hurt or injured, you will need to break from pup mode, back to human, to be able to convey important information in a human way. Remember that the idea of rules and protocols are there to ensure that everybody has a good time and a safe time. I love that. I do love that you would... Can somebody tell me what a mosh is? Is it literally like a mosh pit where puppies just go berserk and they're playing with their balls and their squeaky toys and shit like that? I do like I'd love to have a no humping, barking, yapping, or in the face. Now, I have to say, I'm down with all of that. Do whatever the fuck you want. This is great. What I am not down with, and now this continues along the same line, am I the only person that didn't know that in Britain, on breakfast television, a woman married her Labrador Retriever? Where have I been? America. The morning view is stunned as woman marries her dog live on the show. That can't be right. I mean, listen, what you do with a consenting adult is fine. The fucking dog, I mean, I could I easily have married Doris. But this is not what this is about. I'm much happy with those people that marry the Eiffel Tower and the Great Wall of China. They're not hurting anyone, and it makes for a really fucking great reception. So, Eamon Holmes, who tends to be quite a sort of, listen, this happened. Anyway, she said the reason she married her Labrador they're just laughing now, for better, for woof. How can this be allowed? Is it me, or does that tinge of that word that starts with best and ends with itty? Yeah. Here's what she said. She said, I've had 4 failed engagements and 220, do you count them? 221 dates. And that's what led her to give up men for good. So this poor fucking dog now is... I was broken before I got him. I got a dog behavioralist when I first got him, and she said he'd saved me. I can believe that. I can believe it. And they do save you. We know this. Doris saved me. But she wasn't my lesbian girlfriend. I mean... Here's the thing. We love these animals because they're so wonderful. They make us feel young. And at least I can understand wanting to dress up as a puppy and have puppy play. And I can't, but you know what I mean? I wouldn't do it, but I can see why this maybe would be releasing and liberating. I get it, and sexual and everything else besides. I understand, because in all truth, you know, people can let go of their human hang-ups. We're fucked up, people. We're really complex. And you know, the other thing that people talk about with this puppy play thing is that it allows them, when you're a puppy, to live in the moment. Because they don't have to worry about, you know, being judged, because now they're puppies. It's the most incredible thing. So, of course, I had to do a song about pups. And Susan came up with this idea, and I think it's great. And really, it's the reason why we love them all. And whether it be the human pups or me just missing Doris so much. I miss that joy. I miss how young and happy and silly I feel when I'm around my dog. I do. And so for that reason, I want to thank Paul Anka. I never thought I'd say that, ever. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I cry each night, these tears for you, they're all in vain. I hope and pray that maybe someday you'll be back in my arms once again. Should I look to the stars above and they call it puppy love? Oh, I guess they'll never know how young a heart feels. And why I loved you so. You say you call it puppy love, 'cause it feels like I'm 17. Oh, please, please tell them it isn't fair to take away my only dream. And once again, someone help me, please, someone help me. Is the answer up above? How can I, oh, how can I Oh, I guess they'll never know how young at heart it feels, and how I miss you so. Yes, they call it puppy love. You made me feel like 17. Tell them all it isn't fair to take away my only dream. Take away, don't take away my dream. Now, I have to say, in my history of taking songs that should be, thank you, Sue, should be uncoverable, or maybe shouldn't ever be covered, that's one of them. But we can do this, people. We can do it. I will get to the point where I'll do Itsy Bitsy Spider. Like Rachmaninoff. I will. Damn it. Thank you so much. It's you know what? Even a song like that still it breaks my heart. But that's what I'm born to do. You know that. You know that. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. It is a remarkable thing, this brain of ours, isn't it? This human brain. Oh my God. What other animal pretends to be another animal? For fuck's sake, is all I can say. We're so complex. And there really is something for everybody. But, you know, I'm not going to become a human pup. That's not what I'm interested. You know that. This isn't about being a human pup. And anyway, I'm not really that much into latex. It's a fucker to get on and off. And you have to use a lot of talcum powder. And that's so bad for you. No, I want the ones with the fur. I want the ones that you start with and you grow old with and you're with together, and it's the greatest thing in this world. But there's no doubt that what I'm really missing right now, and that's what I suddenly realized. I can look at all the puppy porn I want in the world, but it's just a distraction. All it is my way of dealing. And that's what we do, isn't it? We look at things that make us feel less pain. Because the truth is, there's only one pup for me right now, and that's Doris. She's who I want. The others make me feel a little bit more comforted, and it's lovely to see dogs in any shape or size. But she's who I want. She's the one. So I have to say I'm very grateful for having spent those 4 hours, and thank you, Susan, for looking up all these wonderful stories with and for me and around me about puppy love, because God knows it is a great distraction, both in mixing and when you can't sleep and when you miss your dog, and it's fantastic. And God bless everybody that finds anything in life that makes them vaguely happy and entertains us at the same time. But, you know, like I said, I want something that makes me happy to come home with. And Pam, I'm not going to ask you anymore. I'm not. Don't get the soup. Don't. I'm not going to expect you to be standing there overjoyed to see me. I know that's too hard a thing to ask. I know. And I don't want a dog to have sex with or marry or become a lesbian with. No, that's not what I want. I want a cross-species friendship that makes me feel just like last time with the doggies licking the people with the bloody bubonic plague. I want that kind of love, that kind of friendship, that commitment. That's what I want. So for the time being, and yes, Thursday was 3 weeks to the day, and the penny dropped. And Doris came home. And that's when I got it. That's when I got it. That's when you get it. And so I felt like we all do when we know we can't see anybody anymore, or a creature or a person we love, anything and anyone. There's that moment when you just really do realize that's it. So I am going to leave you on this song that I wrote a long time ago. But I think it's very, very, very pertinent and really works right now for the way that I'm thinking. And I hope you don't mind. I know you don't mind. That's why I love you so much. It's amazing to be able to just be this forthright and this honest about the way that I'm feeling and not pretend to be anything that I'm not. My God, that's really incredible. So, life is that delicate balance. And it's to be enjoyed and savored and appreciated every fucking second. And so this is a song for Doris, as it was for my mother and my dad, and all the people and the animals and the creatures that I have loved in my life. But it's that moment of realization, so please let me go all Welsh on you and sing a song that was originally on 12 Arrows. And it's called You're Not Here Anymore. I suggest that if you don't have a bottle of wine with you at hand, you might want to go and get it right now because you'll need it soon. Here comes that day again. Here comes that day again. The day I remember. It's like a cold day in December, and I'm driving home, and inside I know that you're not here anymore, and you won't come when I call your name out, and I try so hard to ignore it, but today I know it. I know it. Here comes the pain again. Here comes the pain again. I try to sit down, 'cause the tears fall freely on the ground, and people try to help me. But how can I explain that you're not here anymore? And you won't come when I call your name out, and I try so hard to ignore it, but today I know it. Everybody misses someone. That's just the way that life is. Everybody yearns for something, a lost look, the lost kiss, and you're not here anymore, and you won't come when I call your name out, and I try so hard to ignore it, but today I know it. Today I know. Today I know it. Today I know it. Oh, 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 oh. Well, totally thank you guys for letting me do this today. You know, there are times when I want to be funny, I want to be all those things entertaining, but I have to be this. And you get that, because we're all feeling this right now, especially when we're far away from people, especially when we miss people so much, especially when we've lost people. This is absolutely where we are. So all I can say to you, apart from thank you for letting me do this and sharing this with you, is to be safe and keep those masks on and keep washing your hands and keep those 6-foot distance and to love every second that you have with all the people that you have around you. And if there's anything you're putting off saying, don't. Don't. And I will see you again on Wednesday. Until then, take good care of yourselves. Thank you, everyone. What beautiful reactions. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. And thanks for keeping me sane. Love you dearly, and I'll talk to you. Well, you know what I'm going to see. I'm going to see you Wednesday, but before that, one more a cappella. I hope you enjoyed the Suspicious Minds. Another one coming, not with Pedro this time, with me and Leland, but there'll be more coming very soon, I promise you. But another one on its way. Till then, this has been For Fuck's Sake with me, Judith Owen. Love you guys. Mwah.